Morning. My name is Ashley Cole. I'm one of the youth leaders here at SPC, and I get to be the small group leader for these fantastic 7th grade girls you see here with me. And one of the keys to good youth events is always the food. And once a year, we kind of turn that around and have an event where the kids have no food for 30 hours. We do a famine where the kids can fast. They raise money for World Vision for starving kids in Africa, and they get to feel really what that feels like to be in the position that these other people are in, because we don't really get to feel that very much here in Sammamish. So over this past weekend, we had 134 students here at SPC fasting for 30 hours, and they raised a grand total of $16,000 for World Vision. So these students are here to tell you a little bit about what they learned and what it meant to them. So first of all, can you tell us your name?
I'm Jackie.
And Jackie, what was it like to be hungry on Friday at school?
It was actually really hard because everyone else was eating and it was Popcorn Friday. And one of our awesome teachers let me and my other friends who are fasting at school stay in his classroom and drink our juice. And that helped a lot. But as soon as you tell kids that you're not allowed to eat for 30 hours, it's kind of like their instinct that they will joke around and dare you to eat chips and stuff like that. But with all that, I wouldn't eat because I just kept thinking of all the starving kids around the world.
Okay, so another part of 30-hour famine is called the labyrinth. And can you first tell us your name and then tell us about what the labyrinth is?
I'm Sydney, and the labyrinth is one of my favorite parts of 30-hour famine. The labyrinth is like a maze, and you walk through it, and it's kind of a dark room, and you walk through it and think about all God has done, and you write Bible verses on the sides of the labyrinth, and it just reminds you about how much God loves you.
Was there a particular Bible verse that meant something to you?
Yes, my Bible verse was, "It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night." Psalm 92, 1 and 2. As I was walking through the labyrinth, I was thinking about how much God loved us, and even if we were hungry, God filled us up with his love.
Okay, another part of our 30-hour famine experience is the canned food drive. So can you tell us your name and a little bit about what the canned food drive is?
I'm Clara Lincecum, and the food drive is where we split into groups and neighborhoods, and we go door to door asking people for canned food for the Issaquah Food Bank.
And why was that important to you?
This is really important to me because we help a lot of people in Africa, which is really helpful because they're hungry and need our help, but we also need to help people in our own backyard who are hungry.
And how did you see God at work during the canned food drive?
I saw God at work through the canned food drive when we were running around door to door, and we were at our hungriest point, so we were about 2 hours away from breaking our fast. But we still felt great about doing it for the people that may have felt the way we did, hungry when we were running around. And we were also really happy that we raised 2,628 cans for the Issaquah Food Bank.
Okay, so on Friday night we did a service project of assembling caregiver kits for people in Africa. And so can you tell us, first of all, your name and a little bit about that service project?
So I'm Holly, and what we did on Friday was we packed caregiver kits and backpacks. And when we were packing, we heard a whistle blow, so we all stopped. And 2 adults from World Vision came up and talked to us about how we were the 400,000th kit to be packed. And so they told us that they wanted to be there for that event, and they weren't sure if it was going to be in Texas or Iowa. And then when they found out it was here, they said they really wanted to be here. And that really opened my eyes to show not only here in Washington we have an impact, but all across America we have such a huge impact on Africa. I'm so glad that I got to be a part of 30-hour famine this year. It just showed me how much I'm blessed.
That's great. And what types of things are in those kits?
One thing is the gloves, so each glove box has 50 gloves, and because we were the 400,000th kit, that's 20 million touches on those people with HIV/AIDS. And usually those people aren't usually touched because no one wants to go around them and get infected, but those gloves help people be loved.
Great, thanks. I also just wanted to share one thing that kind of blessed me as a leader was to see how these kids are really internalizing this idea of living out mission in all of their lives. Yesterday was our mid-high director Amber Slate's birthday, and these kids decided that they wanted to do something for her birthday, and they know that she likes goats. That's something she likes. So they decided that they were going to pool their money and buy a goat through World Vision in order to send to people in Africa on Amber's behalf for her birthday. And you actually raised enough for 2 goats. So that's how these kids are really internalizing this into their own lives and using their gifts to serve others. Thank you.